Just got done sanding off the filler, pit paste filler for the GLoomis cranking rod that we're working on restoring the handle on. And as you can see, it looks like brand new cork again. All the pits have been filled, sanded. I don't turn these on any kind of a lathe or makeshift lathe. Sometimes you'll see that on some of the videos where they turn those down. I'm really not reshaping the cork. I just filled it in with the pit paste, and you can see like some areas like right here, you know, it's filled in, and that color that I showed you that I used in part 1 is a real nice match. So it came out pretty good. What I want to show you what I do next here is I always use a cork sealer. Even when I buy a brand new rod, I'll seal this cork up. And cork is really impervious to most all chemicals. It's a great product. You know, things aren't going to eat away at it. The bugs hate it. So I mean, it's a real good product. But just so it cleans up easier, I like to use this U40 cork sealer. And you put this on very sparingly. You don't want to cake this on because you don't want it to flake off like in sheets or layers. And so I just put a very little bit on here, and I really like, especially when I use the filler, I like to put this cork sealer on here because the filler is, you know, probably will dissolve over time once it gets wet. And so with this cork sealer, what it does, it seals that up. So you know, when you are out there, you know, handling the fish, and you know, get this dirty again, and you can just clean it with a mild detergent like a dish soap and a rag if you have it sealed up properly. So not only does it preserve it, it makes it a lot nicer to clean up in the future. Okay, I've got the cork sealer on the rod and on the handle, and it's you can see it's got a little bit of a shine to it. That'll actually fade away as it absorbs in, and I really just wet the tips of the bristles of the brush. I just use a regular craft brush here to put it on with. I imagine you could put it on with a rag or a towel if you wanted to, but I just clean up that brush and use it over and over again. So I put it on there, and it has, like I say, a little bit of a shine to it right now, but when that dries, that's going to go completely away. It does make the cork a little bit darker, which is okay. It's not as bright white, and you know, the filling and the natural darkness of the cork will stick out a little bit more, will be a little bit more pronounced with the sealer on there. But really what we're trying to do is just get a nice protective layer on this cork to make it easy to clean up at the end of the season or midway through the season if it gets really dirty. When I sanded the filler off, I started off with this as a 150 grit sandpaper, and finished it off with 220, and I just wanted to show you that. You know, I don't really take it down to anything any finer than 220. I don't really feel the need that it does any better of a job to take it, you know, to 400 or something like that. This is, you know, nice and smooth as it is already, and it's all good enough. And that's the restoration of the handle. We'll let it dry, and we'll get this rod in service, and hopefully someone will catch a big one.